Created by Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Miller, Ultimate Reed grew up with an abusive father, pioneered an experimental dimensional teleportation system as a teenager, was selected by the Baxter Foundation to upscale this machine to help the government contact the alternate dimension that he had reached, which was then sabotaged by Victor Van Dam, and instead of spaceflight, a terrifying no-clip through the end zone is what gives the Fantastic Four their powers. The four have adventures for a few years, but it all comes crashing down after Reed went through a series of traumatic incidents. First, his first contact with another Earth was in the form of being tricked into walking into a zombie-infested Earth, backdoor piloting the Marvel Zombies title. He spent months being manipulated by Ultimate Thanos into making a cosmic cube, which consequently made him a pretty crap teammate and boyfriend. And later, while Magneto was flooding the eastern seaboard during the critically panned Ultimatum event, Reed abandoned the team, assumed Namor was at fault, and charged off to fight him like a fool after Sue had hospitalized herself holding back a tsunami. After all that, Reed fumbles while trying to tell Sue how much she means to him by showing her the ring that he'd tried to propose with before the wave hit. But this gesture isn't enough, and the Fantastic Four split. Reed, feeling the weight of years of regretful decisions, finally goes off the deep end, no longer wishing to play by the world's rules to make the changes he thinks will save it. Faking his own death by blowing up his house and murdering his family, Reed becomes the Maker. During the Ultimate Enemy trilogy of stories, the heroes learn about Reed's betrayal and manage to defeat him, leaving him for dead in the negative zone. Months later, the Maker returned with a uniform that he still wears to this day, constructing for the first time the City, a technological marvel that began to absorb the North German countryside as it grew, with time moving faster within, allowing for centuries to pass in minutes. The Ultimates went to war with the Maker, and then America dropped the Hulk on him, then the Maker blew up Washington, and then there was this whole thing about the Infinity Stones, and also Ultimate Kang the Conqueror is a version of Sue from the future who encouraged the Maker's downward spiral to stop the end of the universe. I'm pretty sure this is just combination foreshadowing of the next thing that's going to happen, and of Secret Wars, which was only a couple of years away. Next, the events of Age of Ultron break reality so hard that regular Galactus gets launched into the Ultimate Universe, where he meets the Galactus Swarm and fuses into a single being. Miles Morales and the Maker have to come back to 616 to try to figure out how to stop him, and after meeting Valeria Richards, the Maker seems to have a change of heart about himself. But let's get back to that idea in just a minute. The Maker defeats Galactus with a combination of a giant-sized Kitty Pryde, Thor, and a wormhole to the negative zone. Honestly, go read Ultimate Cataclysm, it's pretty good. Maker reemerges in the run-up to Secret Wars, where it's revealed that his turn to good was a ruse, and he's been secretly aware of the incursions for a while. Blowing up alternate Earths was much less hesitation than the Illuminati back on 616, but we're not covering Hickman's Avengers here today. After the final incursion, when it all falls apart, the Maker is one of the few protected from the collapse of reality and plays a role in Secret Wars, helping Reed 616 fix this mess. There are some stories with the Maker after Secret Wars in which he tries to bring back or get back to his own universe, both in the pages of Donny Cates' Venom as well as Al Ewing's Ultimates 2, Ultimate Squared. But because the Maker in Ultimate Invasion is a separate body and separate incarnation of the Maker, because he got split across the whole multiverse if you didn't know, I'm just going to not. Sorry. So, that's the Maker, a version of Reed who got a bit of a raw deal and eventually turned into an immoral, immortal maniac bent on shaping the world to his own whims of a perfect future.